Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Septisiti Julaiha. Here I will explain the translation material from the beginning of the meeting to the end, and I will only explain the important things from several of this meeting. Okay, at the first meeting, explain about translation studies refer to the field of translation studies, which has evolved over the past 60 years. Throughout history, translation have played a crucial role in interhuman communication, providing access to important texts for scholarship and religious purpose. The study of translation has become more prominent, with specialists course at both undergraduate and postgraduate levels. Translation studies development into an academic discipline in the second half of the 20th century, with various theories categorized into medium restricted, area restricted, range restricted, text type restricted, time restricted, problem restricted, applied, and problem restricted. The applied branch focus on translation training, translation aids, and translation criticism. The discipline's growth is attributed to James C. Holmes' work, which proposed a name and structure for the field. Over time, the interdisciplinarity of translation studies has become more evident, with increased specialization and the continued importation of theories and models from other disciplines. Continue to meeting 2. Translation is a continuous learning cycle that involves instinct, experience, and habit. Experience enhance speed and enjoyment, especially when there are no problems in the surtext or familiar problems can be solved without conscious analysis. Fresh novel experience enrich the process and make it more enjoyable. The back and forth movement between habit and fresh experience is crucial for successful, effective, and enjoyable translation. The process of translation involves translating, editing, and sublimating to ensure calm expertise and the ability to grow and learn. Okay, next to meeting 3. There are several types of translation, including dynamic, pragmatic, aesthetic poetic, ethnography, linguistic, and linguistic translation. Dynamic translation conveys meaning from the source language SL by using natural expression in the target language TL, avoiding foreign or less natural aspect related to the cultural context. Pragmatic translation focuses on the accuracy of information conveyed by SL, while aesthetic poetic translation emphasizes aesthetic, feelings, and emotion. Ethnography translation aims to explain the cultural context of SL and TL, using footnotes to find equivalent words in the target language. Linguistic translation involves providing information linguistically implicit in SL and expressing it in the target language TL. And then linguistic translation involves the transforming ambiguous sentence into logical structure, such as John is willing to help someone and John is difficult for someone to help. Continue to meeting 4. Translation method refer to the specific process carried out in terms of the translator's objective. These methods are used for sentence and smaller units of language, such as whole text and sentence. There are four main methods of translation based on Newmark 1988: short text, target text, adaptation, free translation, idiomatic translation, and communicative translation. Word-for-word translation is an interlinear translation where words on the target text are usually written after or under the short text. Literal translation is independent of context and adjusts word arrangement based on the target grammar. And the semantic translation considers the aesthetic text of source language through compromising the meaning as long as it still can be understood. Target text include adaptation, free translation, idiomatic translation, and communicative translation. Adaptation translation is considered the freeze form of translation, where the translator must adapt all characters in the short text and ensure that all is reflected in the translation. Free translation focus on the context of the short text and can be longer than the short text, usually paraphrase. In summary, translation methods involve various translation procedures based on the source text and the target text. Continue to meeting 5. The method of translation influences the quality of translation hasil. Techniques include borrowing, calque, and literal translation. Borrowing involves borrowing words of phrases from other language without changing them. Calque is a technique that transfers words from one language to another, while literal translation involves transferring words from one language to another. Transposition is a technique that translates a grammar category from one language to another. There are 4 types of transposition. The method of translation also influences the grammatical structure of the translated text. The method of translation can be categorized into 5 types: grammatical, and grammatical. Okay, next to meeting 6. SD is a translation technique that tries to change linguistic elements with paralinguistic elements, intonation with body movement or gestures. And then particularization is a translation technique that tries to translate a word in a more general way. Reduction is a technique of translation that reduces one item of information in SD, does not help translate or remove it. And the substitution technique is a translation technique that changes linguistic elements with paralinguistic elements, intonation with body movement. And then variation techniques are translation techniques that alter linguistic elements or linguistic factors, intonation and body movement that can affect aspects of language variation. Continue to meeting 7. Translation procedures involve using grammatical rules to translate text from English to Indonesian, involving a shift from the original language to the target language. This process involves a series of shifts from the original language to the target language, resulting in the translation of words and phrases. Continue to meeting 8. Literal translation is a crucial process in ensuring referential and pragmatic equivalence between a single language SL and a target language TL. It involves various methods, such as word-for-word translation, one-to-one translation, and literal translation. In poetry translation, literal translation is often used, but it is avoided when necessary. Translators should be cautious when using TL words that sound similar and SL but have different meanings. Words are bound by their syntactics, collocational, situational, cultural, and individual ideological context. Translator should examine the meaning and context of the word before attempting literal translation. There are several constraints on literal translation, such as natural translation, recreative translation, and subtext. Natural translation should be done in a manner that expresses the translator's own sense of style, while recreative translation focuses on interpreting the meaning behind the word. The role of context is also important. With less context bounding the word and more likely to be literal translation, the most standard translation method include collocation, colloquialism, idiom, and metaphor. Okay, next to meeting 9. Translation procedures involve various steps to ensure accurate translation. These procedures include translation, naturalization, truth translation, indirect, cultural equivalent, functional equivalent, descriptive equivalent, synonym, compensation, reduction and expansion, paraphrases, equivalence and adaptation, and modification. Transferring a SL word to a TL word involves transferring and adapting the SL word to the normal pronunciation and morphology of TL. Indirect translation involves replacing SL cultural words with TL cultural words, such as ngaben, diploma, pecalang, and security guard. Functional equivalence involve translating the SL word with a functionally equivalent TL word expression. Synonyms are used to translate SL word to near TL equivalent word, compensating for the loss of meaning in one part of the sentence. Paraphrases are used to amplify for explain the meaning in the target text by replacing a word from the SL with a group of words of phrasal expression that has the equivalent sense. Equivalence involves translating the same situation in different terms, while adaptation use the recognized equivalence in TL. Modulation involves a change of viewpoint or perspective followed by lexical change in TL. Okay, in the last meeting or meeting 10, culture refers to the unique way of life and expression of a community using a specific language. Translators must consider factors like motivation, cultural specialists, readership levels, and categories like ecology, gesture habits, organization, social culture, and material culture. Understanding this feature is crucial for effective translation and understanding the unique ways of life in different communities. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye-bye.